Welcome to the Hang with Mike and Matt.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Matt. Has it already been a week?
Yes.
Hanging again? Doing this shit again? Thought I just saw you.
Dude, not only that, but like there's so much stuff that has happened in the past week. It's insane.
Insane. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
It's packed with crap.
Number one, Tampa Bay. You were telling me about listen to the MJ show. Trace occasionally he listens to it if he's running late or something, for our show.
Yeah.
He listens to the MJ show, and he's like, what's the deal with that show, Dad? He's like, they keep talking, like it's building up to some kind of really big joke, and so I kept listening, and I listened for a half hour, and there was never one joke. It was just a big buildup of nothing. And it's like,
I don't know. Look,
of me, a buildup of me.
I listened to the podcast version of it because they like packaged up the show and
So that was the cream of the
repurposed it.
crop.
No, it's like the whole thing.
they don't cut
They
anything
just
out.
it's just
Yeah.
diced up differently. But I was listening to it, and it was his sidekick. That guy like didn't say anything for like the first half hour. Fester, I think,
Yeah.
and he's a great guy. Like he's a nice guy. And honestly, I don't even
Seems
have anything
like
against.
seems like a
MJ.
nice guy.
I have no problems with the MJ guy at all. Personally, I don't. I know the old show had beef or whatever. I don't give a damn. I don't know nothing about nothing, right? But I do know that at the very beginning of the show, this is what I found particularly interesting, was when they were bumping into the show, right? All the
hype.
the hype, the imaging, the sweet, kind of what we do with our hang intro, but we're doing it to rip on ourselves.
Yeah, to rip on ourselves.
But it's like, wow, 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 the MJ Radio Network, wow, wow, wow. And it's like, oh, man, they must be syncing up with all the affiliates, right? However, there is no affiliates. It's just that. Like, it's just, here we are live in
It's just a hype job.
Tampa. Yeah, but it's like you're building it up like it's oh, my God, they must have. This is heard across the country. This is crazy. They're syncing up with everybody. Everybody's going to get aboard this broadcast train right
I'm
now.
on the train now.
It's happening.
Wow. There's only a limited time to hype on the train. It's
like-
about to start.
Oh, man, the radio network's about to begin, but then there's no network. I mean, it reminds me of somebody else, too, to be clear. But it's always funny. Like, it's all in the hype machine.
That's what I like. The big explosions and sound effects. He loves the sound effects. All those Milton Fledgecow prank phone calls.
Yeah.
They always involved him in some kind of pain. It would be either electrocution. Oh God! I'm like. And we had to sit there and listen to him. So awkward.
Well,
because they weren't funny at all, so it's so awkward.
Again, I was in fifth grade, I think, when they came out, and I was finding them hilarious.
Oh God! Well,
I told you I was listening to it in Sears used to have a little CD store in there, and they had it on one of the listening stations, and I was rolling at the old Milton Fledgecow. It had me. I was getting electrocuted and falling on a bed of nails or whatever the hell was going on.
He had the worst luck, that Milton Fledgecow.
That guy, really, seriously. And but at the time I found it funny. Now,
I think he gave those up, didn't he? Or is he still doing them? Can you imagine? Oh God,
I don't know.
Still doing it.
God bless him. Whatever's going on, but
Yeah, he was a harmless narcissist.
yeah, there's different
He's not.
personality types
He's not.
out
He's
there.
not. I don't think he's breaking the law or hurting anybody.
Yeah,
Ever.
No. I
He's
don't
just
think so either.
but he's a super narcissist, like an unbearable narcissist.
I never had
you can't,
much interaction.
You can't. I mean, just. He just it's so self-involved. It's just amazing, and when you know people like that, it's like you're not thinking about nothing but yourself. Sometimes you're not listening to me because you think I'm so fucking cool.
I'd see him and I would be like, and he would walk by me as I was syncing up the network. Coincidentally, back in the day, I had to dial into the ISDNs and all the Zephyrs and all that stuff in the morning time. You dial in and all that crap, and he'd walk by and we'd exchange just a hello or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's about the extent of my interaction, other than depositions. I was like, whoa, this got this really ramped up quick. Here I am in depositions. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways.
Perfectly decent guy.
Yeah. Huh?
Other than the megalomania. Everybody's got their fault. Everybody's got one quirk or two.
Man, you're talking about his prank phone calls with the Milt Fludgecow stuff, and it got me thinking about Weird Al Yankovic. Now, the Jerky Boys, in my mind, were like the original kind of innovators of prank phone calls.
I think so.
And that was even when I was younger, right? I was probably in second grade or something like that when my sisters, I think, had a cassette tape of the Jerky Boys, or somehow it got handed down, it trickled down. And again, I thought it was brilliant. Like, because I think at the time it was. And they probably still hold up to a certain extent.
Yeah, I wonder how the guys like that I think they started like as grassroots as you can get. This is before all that stuff.
They were like innovators. If you look at the Jerky Boys and what all the pranks have become now and how everything is where it is, like those kinds of guys were the OGs, right? Like I can't think of anybody before them.
I don't remember any. I mean, most of them were really good. Most of their calls were really good. And
then you move on to like the Weird Al Yankovics, who notoriously known as like a song parody guy, but the song parodies, I don't understand how that guy got so popular. Like I can't equate the like it's almost like the Jerky Boys should have been more popular, and Weird Al should have been put on the back burner, and then be like, I don't know, dude.
It's all about right time, right place, and I think Weird Al was the first parody guy. He was like first in.
Is that the fun fact?
I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure he was one of the first in, and it must have been right around the time where it was maybe
happening.
It was maybe the communication became more easily spread, and the radio stations could, My Sharona. I don't know. It was, he came out with it.
What did he do?
He just hit it at the right. My Bologna.
Oh my God. I don't even know if I knew that one.
That's the version.
Oh my God.
That's the most.
I thought the Michael Jackson "I'm Fat" parody. I thought that was the one that put him on the map.
To the one
Bologna.
The one that put him on, that's where you first started hearing about Weird Al Yankovic was My Bologna.
Okay.
That's way before the other shit.
That's where like you don't want to be jealous or hateful of somebody and their success and stuff, but like you being what you do and the level of talent that you have for parodies, you have to look at a song like My Bologna or I'm Fat or whatever it is, whatever name, insert Weird Al Yankovic parody. You have to look at that and go, huh. Are you looking at him going, good for him, or what the hell is going on? Because I feel like there would be feelings of both.
I was going to say, I got both, because I look at him and go, what the fuck is going on? And I also...
My Bologna?
All that shit.
It's not even the right word.
He had his own movie. He had a couple of movies. He's in a couple major motion pictures. My Bologna. That's why I feel like, man,
he's the Ernest Goes to Camp of the parody scene.
How did I not get, a little bit more than Weird Al?
I'll tell you how. I think we know how that.
Oh, well, I know how that. Yeah, you're right. But also, I'm looking at it, I was like, well, nobody else was doing it, and he fucking started doing it.
Weird Al, the trailblazer,
and he figured out a way, to make himself a multimillionaire doing it. So good for you, Weird Al. Even though, I'm not a huge fan of almost any of his songs. They're pretty mediocre.
My Bologna? I'm gonna have to see. I would punch it into my Spotify and like check it out, but that'll completely mess up my algorithm.
Then you're starting to get a bunch of crap.
Yes, and I'm not. I've got a carefully curated algorithm right now. I don't want anything messing it up.
I do that.
The kids get in the car and they try to punch something in. I'm like, no, messing up my algorithm.
That's the wrong one. Sometimes, here it is. Okay. I'll like reply to somebody or something on Twitter or something, and I'm like, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that.
Oh, you get sucked into their algorithm.
That's why I have a bunch of Catholic stuff in my in my feed. It's like, oh, I don't have time to block all these Catholics.
So is it like priests DMing you?
I should
sliding into their.
I should pretend to be a 14-year-old boy. That's what Ned's gonna do.
Slide into the old DMs.
Oh, that's a good one. I'll put out some pedophilia dar signals and see if the priests bite. Then we can go film them and Put that on YouTube.
Yeah. Look at this. Okay, so these are the lyrics.
Ooh, my little hungry one. My hungry one. Open up a package of My Bologna.
Oh, God.
Ooh, I think the toast is done. The toast is done. Top it off with a little of My Bologna. And never going to stop. Eat it up. Such a tasty snack. I always eat too much, then throw up. But I'll soon be back for my, woo. My Bologna. Spreading the mustard now. Show me how. Spread it on a little of this bologna, hoping that we don't run out. Don't run out.
Wait. Let me guess what's coming up.
Okay?
The word bologna.
You're correct. If I do, I'm sure I'd miss my bologna. All right. We're going to move along. Going to the market now. The market now. I'm the city's biggest bologna buyer. Walking down the shopping aisles, filling up my basket with Oscar Mayer.
If you ever ate a gun, it would be just finding you on the floor, just with this on the computer screen behind you, just blood splatter and the lyrics of My Bologna.
When I die, someone must pin this to my body, and that will make the national news.
It'll be like the funeral of Gigi Allen. You remember that funeral? And we'll do that. We'll just we're gonna pour liquor all over you and smoke weed all around you, and then pepper you with Weird Al Yankovic songs. It's just disrespect.
I like it. My Bologna and a chorus of My Bologna. Ooh, oh. My Bologna.
Jesus. What do you think his net worth is? I'm going 5 million.
Oh, I was gonna say 10. Okay.
10? If he's worth 10 million, I'm gonna eat a gun.
How do you spell that asshole's name? Net worth.
Weird Al.
20 million.
No.
20 million.
Come on.
My Bologna.
How old is he?
Oh, I bet he's.
I'm going 67.
Oh, I was just gonna say 60. So let's see. Let's see. You gotta look at the wiki. Where's the wiki? Oh, here it is. Over here, I think. No. Tell me how old he is, mother effers.
We're the only ones in the history of the world that have searched Weird Al Yankovic age.
65.
65, huh? I mean, he looks solid for 65.
Well, that's a picture of him when he was 35.
Oh, all right. That explains it.
I don't know what he looks like now.
Why are we bagging on Weird Al? He didn't do anything to us.
Yeah, sometimes I bag on him.
Yeah.
Ned bags on him all the time.
Who was the was there any of the radio guys that were doing the bad parodies? Like on a national scale, or like people that were well known? Because I really don't.
Like Bob and Tom, they had their own
that's true.
Like their own parody producing guy or guys, and they
Yep.
put a crap ton out, and they'd sell the CDs and sell a ton of them. They're a huge Indiana phenomenon. They
That's
never
right.
really cracked it nationally, I don't think.
Oh, they were all over the place.
Were they?
They're still syndicated. They're still syndicated, and one guy's dead. It's.
I mean, that's because they were good. I mean, they were good. They're pretty good at what they did, and they were clean.
Yeah, they worked very
Very
clean.
clean. You know, in the way they were sexual, it was pretty innuendo-ish.
Yeah.
They didn't they didn't do the bleeps like we used to do.
I just remember like we'd get those Friday morning quarterback air checks or CDs or whatever, and they would have some clips from different shows on there, and Bob and Tom would be on there, and they would. I mean, honestly, every day it was comedian interviews, which is fine and good. But all they would do is just set the comedians up.
Total setup, yeah.
Every joke, boom, 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 and just lay it out there. It was all layups for the comedians, right? It was just like, all right,
Well, I'm sure the comedians loved it.
Oh, for
layup,
sure.
layup after layup, yeah. And then they would do the fake laughter. They did do a lot of over the top laughter.
That's true. They did.
But they were pretty good. I don't know who else. I've heard CDs from different shows across the country that were really popular, #1 shows in their market, and they would have some good parodies, but they were not, they never made it out of their, some people just never make that syndication deal, even if they're really good. It's not
Those parody guys that would make those evergreen sort of generic songs and then sell them, and you'd hear them on different shows across the country.
I was always trying to get into that, but I was too dirty.
I told you a couple years ago. I heard one of your parodies on a station in South Florida, a news talk station, but you and I we hadn't had communication at that time. But in my head, I was thinking, okay, either one of two things has happened. Either Mike made a great deal and is rolling these songs out and getting paid on them, or somebody just decided to play his parody. I assume it's number 2.
I assume that's it.
Yeah.
A lot of that going on.
Yeah,
I think a lot of that happened.
I can't remember what station, but yeah, News Talker in South Florida. I was like, oh, that's good. It was great. Whatever parody.
It'd be cool
it was,
to hear
was
it,
good.
even though I'm not getting paid for it.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I told you like the story about when I was trying to get a gig, with a comedy network kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy, I sent the tape, and then the guy, I sent him, I went over the top.
You talking about the Three Stooges guy?
No, this is this is before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I sent him the Clapton parody.
No,
Okay,
I don't know if I knew this one.
So, I sent him some stuff. He was like, send me some more stuff. And I sent him some more stuff. And it was, I'd done a bit. And I said, this is me being stupid, not knowing why would you send like this bit. And it was a bit where it was a PSA of Eric Clapton. And so I redid it and had him, and it's got Tears in Heaven playing in the background. I had him talking about something about his son falling down.
No boundaries.
And it was, making fun of that. And the guy called me up. He's like, I can't believe that you would make fun of somebody like Eric Clapton. This guy is an icon.
And
the guy was shocked. He was
and that's
shocked.
a guy running a comedy network.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I was just, trying to be funny. Sometimes kids fall out of windows.
Yeah, you got to dumb it down. You got to do things like My Bologna.
Yep. And I don't want to do My Bologna, so I'm happy doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because I can't do that. I'm sure I could, but I don't even know if I know how.
It would be a monumental task to water down your product and you be okay with it. Or even be able to do it, do
it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do it.
You'd put some sort of double entendre in there.
And then they'd be going,
Mike,
we're going to let you go. Did
you watch the Grammys last week? Did you see all that business? You saw Kanye's, that little nude smoke show walking down the carpet?
What's the deal with that? What is his deal? It's like he's showing his power over her.
Asserting his dominance?
Or maybe she's just, she's totally into that. She knows she can go with Kanye, and her picture's going to be all over the freaking world.
It's probably all of the
above.
Probably
both.
Yeah, I think she probably has more power over him than we would.
You think? I don't think.
We would.
I don't think anybody has power over Kanye, buddy. I think he.
Yeah, I don't know.
Drop her just like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, I don't know what's going on there, but it was interesting to watch. I saw that. I was like, all right, well, here comes the pervert in me, and I'm getting the still shot, and then I'm doing the screen grab, and I'm zooming in to be like, because at first I was like, is she naked, or is that like a dress that has?
Yeah, they got those too.
No. I wasn't sure, and I'm going. Yeah, you almost like your dick towel back in the day, like the Always Sunny in Philadelphia dick towel, where you have to do a second look and go, is that actually like real, or is that a dick towel?
I think it's either one's just as bad. That dick towel was bad. Like he couldn't.
Imagine if Kanye had a dick towel on. That would be great.
You had to watch out.
Do you still have the dick towel?
Oh, we do.
Do you know where it is?
Oh, I might know where it is.
I haven't seen a dick towel in a very long time.
Oh, we can't show it though.
Oh,
see, because that's too realistic.
It is pretty realistic. Well, off air, I want to see it
we'll find the dick towel. We got 2 of them. Yeah.
Dude,
that's the only show we ever ordered any merchandise from was Curb. I'm sorry,
Always Sunny.
Always Sunny.
Yeah, that'd be great if Kanye.
That's good merch. That was a good merch deal. The dick towel.
Oh, for sure.
More
shows need to be product placement like that.
We immediately ordered 2 immediately as soon as we saw that episode.
Yeah, Kanye's woman. I don't know what her deal is, but it looked hot. I ain't gonna lie. Like I was like, all right, that's different. I'm
not a lot of class. Not a lot of class involved.
No. But I was like, oh, okay, she's naked. I'm not gonna
so
look away.
Did they show that on broadcast TV or not?
I didn't see it on broadcast.
Okay,
I saw it on social, so I was like, huh. But I would say not classy. But then I was like, okay, I'm doing the whole zoom in thing, and all right, dude being dude kind of thing. But then I'm going, well, at the same time, like you can get a naked woman on the internet anywhere. I could view images of any naked woman. There's so many out there that it doesn't even matter. Like, I'm not going to waste my time with her. Like,
Matt, I hate to interrupt you.
Oh,
I hate to interrupt you, but we're in the middle of a level 3 hype train that I did not notice.
level 3 hype.
Level 3 hype train. Brent's Nevada Landdeed subscribed for 62 months. That's a good name. It's a good name.
Ah, so good.
Vampire Jeremy's on a 90 stream watch streak. I think he needs an intervention. He needs an intervention. 80% level 3. 4 minutes left.
Nice.
Uncut Meaty Mandingo gifted 5 tier 1 subs. That's 1,064. That's preposterous. Preposterous. 1,064. Kevin fucking JK, 500 bits. Uncut Meaty, 5 more. 1,069. Kevin JK, 500 again. 500 again. Sketchy Press in the house, Matt.
Sketchy!
Sketchy Press in the house with 200.
What up, Sketchy?
Sketchy Press with 200. Taking us to 80% on a level 3 hype train. Hot damn, Matt.
Hot damn.
Hot damn, you gotta. The train almost passed me by.
I like the fact that Sketchy's in the house.
Occasionally, Sketchy will be in the house. Occasionally.
He's doing his check-ins. He's got his eyes on
He's
things.
making his rounds to make sure we don't do something that pisses him off, and then he's gonna bury the fuck out of us. And he'll never stop.
Sketchy's keeping everybody in
We
line.
love you, Sketchy.
Please, Sketchy, don't hurt us.
Come on, Sketchy.
You know we love you,
You know
Sketchy.
we love you, Sketchy. Kevin JK, 1,000 bits. 1,000 bits, taking us to level 4, 10%. Love that Sketchy guy. Love him to
That guy's
death.
great. He's not sharpening his knife at all.
Like when the principal would go in and sit in your teacher's classroom.
Mind your P's and
Get all
Q's.
stressed out. It's the worst lesson you ever taught in your life. Dutch and 2525 subscribes. Gifted a tier. Oh, he's gifting a tier 1 sub. Thank you very much. He's gifted 3. Appreciate it.
It's true. Now that I know Sketchy's in the building, like, my panties are in a wad. I gotta...
Shows ground to a screeching halt. Me, sounding good. We sounding good.
Sibilance.
Siblings. Kevin fucking JK, 1,000 bits. That's a
She's a pretty or she has a deformity.
that takes us to level 4, 51%. On a Wednesday night hang. Oh, we've been drinking too much. Went out last night and drank.
Look at you.
Then I'll drink tonight. Then I'll drink twice Friday.
What
Friday
the-
morning, Friday night, bar show.
What the fuck, Spuds
I
McKenzie?
don't know.
What's going on
I
with
gotta
you?
stop having too much fun. I gotta stop.
Man,
Gotta
hype
stop.
trains,
Hype train. I'm
drinks.
just living the fucking dream, Matthew. Woo! Played trivia last night at
Oh,
the
really?
bar. That's my brother. That's what Weston and his wife do. They like to do. So we go and join them on Tuesday nights and we play trivia.
Did you do
It's a
okay?
small bar. We won. Woo!
Nice.
Woo! Cocaine, $30 gift certificate. Kevin JK, 500 bits. Heineken. Fuck that shit. Haps Blue Ribbon. You ever see Blue Velvet?
No,
That's a whacked out movie.
but I sure as shit drank some PBR.
Do you know Dennis Hopper?
Yeah, I know Dennis Hopper.
Okay, so he's in Blue Velvet. Like a really good character, like a total lunatic. And a bunch of. It's just the weirdest movie you'll ever see. I don't even know how good it is. It's just that's him too. That's from that movie too. Yeah. His character was pretty epic, and he was
Blue
always
Velvet?
and he was always snorting. He had a face mask.
Yeah.
Where him and this guy would huff on something.
Cookies?
If it's, it probably doesn't hold up. I don't think it held up back then.
Even better, because I don't really get movie recommendations from you, but now that I have one, now I can watch the movie and come back and shit on it.
Oh,
like you do with
no,
my movie recommendations for you.
but I'll tell you, it's probably shitty. But it's.
Ah, no, don't take the.
But no, but it's-
I want to tell you it's shitty. You can't just pre-shitty it.
I think it's shitty, but it's. I say the good thing about it was it's unforgettable. It's like most shitty movies you forget.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't remember that shitty ass movie. This one, you're like, think back sometimes. You're like, God, that weird ass Blue Velvet movie. What the fuck was that about? What was that about?
And now, introducing your starting lineup for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, coming up.
Whoop-de-doo.
Whoop-de-friggin' do.
I don't really care.
I
don't
wish I
really
cared
care.
more, yeah.
Maybe put some money on the game, then I'll care. Maybe
That's-
that's what we should do.
I've been winning all my bets on my table tennis this week, so now I've got a stockpile of funds that I can lose in the Super Bowl bet.
Trey said he stopped betting on. We got a minute 40 left. 71% level 4 hype train on Wednesday. It's unheard of. I think I already got Beaver Smell Like Tuna with his 300 bits. He deleted his account, his gambling account. He said because he started betting on ping pong late at night.
Yes, that's what I do. It's great.
And he said he lost all his money. He said, "Well, I'm not putting any more in." I was like, "Good for you, buddy,
Yeah.
because it's addicting. It is.
Yeah.
It is. You know you can come back.
Don't chase your losses, man.
You know, man. Now you got to double up. You got
You gotta get that feel and let it ride.
If the wife finds out I lost 5,000, I'm doomed. Might as well go for 10.
Bring some wood.
Let it ride on black. Oh, shit. 1 minute left, 71%. Stalled on the tracks
Oh.
as the bison herd has taken over. And I'm telling you right now, they fucked us again.
Who did?
They had 30 seconds left on that hype train, and they stopped it. And they said, "Good for you. Good luck." And stopped it.
Oh, man.
They said the bison herd is too thick. You aren't moving for 3 days
Damn it.
unless you slaughter the bison. Let the slaughter commence. Thank you for the hype train during the hang. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Now, when we put it up on the podcast, now I have to take it into my editing software and edit the whole hype train out.
That's good. That's a good idea.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've missed it on a few, but then I was like,
You know.
I was like, I'll leave it in, and then I've cut it out of a couple because I'm going, I don't know. Like, if I was listening to a podcast,
I wouldn't
like, it's
want
one
to
thing
hear.
doing it live, you know, like
It's live. What's the excitement listening to a pre-recorded hype train?
yeah. So I was like, so whenever I have to like think back when you send me the file before I post it on Apple Music and TuneIn and Spotify, et cetera, I have to go back and edit that out. Yes.
It's a smart move. Yeah.
Don't get me fired up about that guy.
People got a forward button too. They just forward right over. that
That's
shit.
true. Yeah.
Hype train start. Oh, how much they get? That's how much they got.
It's great if it was just 10 minutes later, it's still going. Just,
Oh, sometimes it is. Sometimes it's a slow roller. Sometimes a real slow roller. It takes a long time.
where were we
I don't know.
before that?
The Grammys, the fabulous Grammys.
Oh,
that
yeah,
I
the
did not
Grammys.
watch because I used to watch all that stuff. And then I got older and I used to watch it because I was in media. So it's like, you got to watch it.
Yeah, you got to know what's going on.
Make fun of it and know what's going on. And then on this show, well, you know, we need stuff to talk about. And this year I'm like, oh, gross. It's just gross. I don't want anything to do with any of those people. They're the worst people in the world. It's just fawning all over each other. All of them are there because of nepotism and blowjobs. And it's just,
That's a great boat name.
nepotism and blowjobs.
If we ever win the Powerball, that's the boat name. There it is. Bam. He's pulling up in his 100-foot boat. Name's Nepotism and Blowjobs.
That is a good name.
It's great. Oh, I got to write that down.
Sell that one. That is. I see you got to write that down.
Fantastic boat name. Put that on the vision board.
Nepotism and see us. That's one of the T-shirts that we're gonna not make. We have a vast collection of T-shirts that we
It'll be in the
that'll
non-starter
never-
collection.
if we had all our T-shirt ideas printed, it'd be the greatest T-shirt company ever. But none of them are printed, and we've forgotten 98% of them.
What if we just print one? It's just one of one. It's so limited edition.
Why not? Why not?
That it's just you've got the only one. Even we don't have one.
Why don't we team it with a second shirt? Maybe 3. We'll just do 3. It'll be a contest. We'll get the 3, and one time only get one of these 3.
And if you get one of those 3, you have a chance of winning a golden ticket. That's been anyways. Yeah. So
Nice. You're not saying. that it's in some theoretical world that the golden ticket would be placed into the most advantageous of boxes for the show to get reciprocated, possibly.
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
No.
See, now we can clarify that.
Yeah, no.
That's how.
That would be it would be highly.
That'd
That'd actually be illegal because you're doing a lottery. That would be rigging a lottery. So that would not be legal.
Fortunately, there's nobody checking on that shit.
Yeah,
Ain't
yeah,
nobody
yeah.
checking on that
Yeah.
shit. You would have to file. You would have to realize what's going on. File a complaint
Dude, okay. All right.
with the FCC. you know?
FTC, would it be Federal Trade Commission?
yeah,
what would that be? I don't
all
even know.
those FC things.
All the
yeah.
ones that are getting shot by
Yeah,
Doge.
all that are. Yeah, they're getting shot. They're getting
I
bought.
love
CIA. Did you hear about the CIA?
I love it all. I'm digging it. Wait, before we move on to that, let me tell you what I do with my lotto tickets.
We got.
I got
We gotta
like,
get back to 6 things.
yeah,
please.
we got to get back to 6 things, but
It's like Rush Limbaugh, Tangent City. Get back to your point, Rush. It was a great point.
my lotto tickets, I got somebody was kind enough for like Christmas to get me some like those scratch offs, right? Some lotto scratch offs, like stocking stuffers, right?
It's always fun to get.
Love a
Better
good
than
scratch off.
candy.
It's
Even though you never win it, it's like almost
but
almost
there's
not
a
good.
chance. There's a fighting chance, so it works. So
People like them, and then everybody's like, "Fucking lottery."
But the one I hate more than anything in the world is the crossword puzzle one, where you have to like go down your
God.
list and
yeah.
okay, you got a Y, but then you have a Y on these 8 little bingo cards, and then you've got to like figure it out, and then finally there's nothing I hate worse than a Florida Lotto ticket with a crossword puzzle. It's
I don't even understand it.
it's
like
unbearable.
see, like you can just scratch off to see if it's a winner.
I need easy, right?
No, but you can just like all.
Well,
of
that's-
I
that's-
think all of them. There's a place you can just scratch off and see. But I don't. I always do the little stupid stuff because it's like I paid for this thing. I'm not gonna lose. At least let me.
See, that's what I did. I did the first crossword puzzle, and I go, wait,
But that's too much.
yeah, well, and I was like, I'm just gonna scratch off the bar at the bottom, and I'll get my handy dandy Florida Lotto app and scan the barcode and see if it's a
you
winner or
won,
not.
yeah.
So now, whenever I get a scratch off at all, like I don't even mess with the game at all. I go right to the barcode, dude. I'm not even.
That's
I'm
because
not
you're
even,
an addicted gambler.
Oh shit! Is that what it is?
Yeah. Can't even scratch it off with a penny.
I mean, after
Kind of fun. That's the fun of it. That's the
after
fun
I
of it. You're
realize
like-
I'm not a winner,
you're
then
like-
I scratch it off, and then I realize I got to double check the app to make sure I'm not a
you
winner.
take all the fun out of it, don't you?
I
Mr.
work in
Double-
reverse.
Now it's not even. Now it's work. Oh, let
working-
me make sure that they didn't cheat.
Well, I don't want them cheating me out of my.
It's you go 7. I got 7. Oh, is it gonna be a 7? So you get some pleasure out of
My
it.
heart can't take that. I can't deal with this sort of anguish, these ups and downs and all arounds. Like,
The
am
roller
I gonna
co-
win?
Yeah, the
it's-
roller coaster scratch offs. It's mentally taxing.
It is an emotional
It
roller
is.
coaster. I don't have it in me anymore. I go right to the barcode. Doge, yes.
Oh, jeez. The
I'm loving
CIA. How many? What do you know? What percentage it was, or did they not say the percentage of employees at the CIA? It was like 5,000 or something.
Well, hold on. Are you talking about the Jan 6 thing?
Okay. I just heard. Actually, it could be wrong. I think I heard it on some
There's a lot of
106.3 in Spring Hill.
Ooh, your source for news
Right, source for news
and stuff.
that they sent.
That'd be great for news and stuff.
See, that's
Your
marketing.
source for
Marketing.
news and stuff.
They sent allegedly they sent letters.
Florida Man Radio.
Florida Man Radio. How'd that work out?
Florida Man Radio.
Man Radio.
Man Radio.
No ladies allowed in here. Only men. Hey, get that woman out of here.
Hey, this is our locker room.
No chicks allowed.
Beat it,
We're
woman.
doing talking man talk.
Back to the kitchen with you. This is Man Radio.
Make me a sandwich. This guy's hang
Honey,
out.
honey, what are you doing? I'm listening to Florida Man Radio. Can I listen? No, you can't listen. How dare you?
It's Florida Man Radio. Yeah.
Make me a bologna sandwich.
People falling up.
Yeah.
Weird Al fell very far.
Weird Al's doing mornings now.
Is he? He might
no, I
be.
don't-
He might be. Well, why do you wait? No, he's not. He's worth $20 million. He's doing his Weird Al stuff.
That's true.
He still tours.
I'm sure he does. I believe it. I believe every word of it. Okay, so I'm sorry. Where were we? We're Doge.
Doge.
Okay, so
Okay.
CIA, you were saying this. Now you said the CIA is getting diced, or the Feds, or the FBI?
CIA. That's
Okay.
what I better Google it.
No, I'm sure the CIA is definitely getting cuts. But I also know that the FBI had like 5,000 names of agents that worked on January 6th stuff.
Yeah.
And now all their information is, perhaps going to get released, or they get doxxed or whatever. So all the FBI agents are freaking out because they're like going, "Oh no, nobody's supposed to know what I was working on." And I'm sitting here and I'm as a victim of a government organization.
You're going full MAGA, buddy.
I'm sitting here
You're
to
going
tell.
full MAGA.
I love it.
MAGA.
I'm loving it. No, I'm not even MAGA. I just that one in particular, where the feds are going, "No, what do you mean my name and information is going to get released? I've done nothing wrong except come down hardcore on everybody who hasn't done anything to be proven." Like, it's just a weird hypocrisy level there.
Yeah, it's almost too good to be true. Don't you think?
Which part?
Well, let me see if the CIA thing has how many. If it says how many, that's not really saying how many.
Well, I know that there's been essentially like the whole.
It says CIA sends buyout offers to entire workforce.
Yeah, good.
Every single CIA guy has been offered 8 months severance.
Yep. So that's
in
not
order
you
to
getting
retire.
fired. That's not you getting
That's
fired.
I mean that's pretty. If you're getting fired, 8 months severance is excellent. You're not going to get much more than anywhere than 8 months severance. So
No.
but I don't know what you do if you're a CIA agent. Where do you got to work at? Kroger? I mean,
I hope so. Nah, I don't know, man. It's a weird one. It's a doozy. But I mean, an 8-month buyout's pretty strong. And again,
pretty strong.
they're coming across okay, yeah, the DEI folks, they got fired, right? That was one that they were like, "Hey, these positions are being eliminated because we're not doing this anymore. You're fired." Other ones, they're going, "Hey, you want to resign? Go for it. If you resign, here's 8 months severance, or you can do your job."
Exactly.
And there's a lot of these folks that are at least on like CNN who are coming across and they're playing it off like they're a victim of this thing, right? Like,
It's dismantling our government, man.
I don't know what I'm gonna do if I lose my gig. It's like like there was a couple people that were interviewing. It's like, you're not losing your gig. You can just go to work.
If you
don't have
think
to
you're a
lose your gig.
valuable, competent employee, you shouldn't be too worried.
I'm having such a hard time. I'm looking around. I'm going, and I don't talk to too many people, so it's not like I can call a bunch of people up and be like, "Hey, what's your thoughts on this?" So I'm just rattling around with my thoughts in my head until I talk to you on a Wednesday night, and I go, "Okay, help me understand what is happening and why are people upset that the likes of an Elon Musk is going in there and chopping unnecessary expenses and things that don't make sense?" And for me, I always quit it when I was a kid. You'd see those 60-minute reports of and the government spent $30,000 on a hammer or a toilet seat, and you're like, "Oh, that's government waste," but nothing would ever get done about it. And this is the first time in my life where I've actually seen it go, there's actually being something done about it. They're actually tearing through the books, auditing stuff, seeing what's going on. And you got a very small group of, 20-something nerds taking the helm.
Exactly.
Which is awesome. I can't think of It's great.
These
I
aren't-
don't
these,
know
These aren't political
why
people.
would you have a problem with this.
These are the least political people. They're just obsessed with technology. They're real. Like he said, he's got one or two with Asperger's. He's got
dude, they're
he's got
software engineers who are they're zoned in. They're focused
zoned in.
Yeah, it's like that movie. I think that like the Facebook movie back in the day, and they walk to the Facebook headquarters, and the guy taps him on the shoulder, and he doesn't move. He's like, "Hey man, how are you?" And the guy ignores him, and Zuckerberg, the character Zuckerberg, was like, He's focused in right now. Like he had his earbuds in. He's coding. He's doing his thing, right? Like, yeah, these 20-something nerds are not in it to harm the American people. They've been given the job of saying, find fuckery.
Yeah.
And they are finding the fuckery.
And there's plenty of it.
Plenty of it. But I can't, for the life of me, imagine who has a problem with it. I mean that legit. Like, do you know anybody in your family or whoever you talk to, or even in chat, why would somebody have a problem with them finding these erroneous expenses and cutting them out?
I have no idea.
Like, is it mind-boggling?
It's. I mean, you can. I mean, I guess you could have the argument of that. This is a lot of power being focused on a president and a non-government employee who is his crony.
Right.
And these two are doing a lot of stuff that isn't within their powers.
See, I like this thing that I see things in the gray. Right? I want to see both sides of the argument.
Yeah.
So what you're saying, I get.
I know, but see, that's very true, and I have a hard time believing all this is for real because nobody ever comes in and does this kind of shit. So it's a giant grain of salt, but there's a part of me that's like, that's what needs to be done. They need to fire all these people. We have what was like 1 million or more of government employees. It's just a big bloated blood suck. They're sucking the life out of the country. And
we are our biggest employer.
Yeah, it's got to stop. It's got to stop. And somebody, I think there's some kind of method to the madness, or something's going on. But part of me is like, well, this is the only way you do it. If it's for real, that's how you do it. What they're doing is what nobody else has ever done.
Yes, and that's the thing that's so frustrating is I'm watching these news reports and like these people that are anti, and the likes of a Chuck Schumer out there doing his terrible rally cries of like we will not rest, and it's like, rest from what, dude? Like, they're not doing anything to you. If you're that bent out of shape about the government trying to trim some expenses because you're giving $8 million to Politico or $20 million for a Sesame Street play in Iraq or whatever name the pointless expense, right? If you got a problem, like, I can't wrap my head around why. And the only thing is they got to be dirty. They got to be grimy, right? That the Chuck Schumers of the world, if you follow the money back, it's got to be grimy. It has to be. Otherwise, why would you put up such a fight about somebody coming in and going, all right, we're going to audit everything? How long have we been around and hearing they need to audit the Fed? They need to audit the Fed. They audit the IRS. Decades. And it's never happened. But everybody always thought it was a good idea. It was like, would you be opposed to them auditing? No, the country's bloated in expenses, and there's this, that, and the other. Like, both sides would always say that. Like, there was never any person that was like going, no, I don't think we need to audit the federal government. No, of course not. We're doing everything great. Everybody, 100% politicians, left and right, liberal, independent, makes no difference. Everybody was like, yes, our expenses are bloated. So finally now they're going, all right, let's tear through the books. And now you've got people have a problem with it. Why would those people have a problem with it when before everybody was all for it, when they knew it wasn't actually going to happen?
Okay, because no, I'm going to
me.
defend. I'm not. This is not what I believe.
Yeah.
But okay.
Give the counter.
The people who believe, as youth say they believe, who aren't for this, well, they voted for Joe Biden. and they hate Elon Musk.
Right.
They hate him already, and he's been demonized and demonized. They hate Trump and they hate Elon Musk. So they're just like, they've been told, and their echo chamber. Their echo chamber is Elon Musk, who is a Nazi crazy man, and Trump is a crazy man. They're both white supremacists, and what they got all this power. I can't stand it. No, see, they don't. That's their argument. How do you argue with that?
You can't, because but what I'd love to see is everybody just step out and go, all right, like, don't get caught in your own box too much, right? Like, this issue of you hating Trump or hating Elon Musk has nothing to do with this issue of the government sucking up pointless dollars, right? They don't have anything to do with one another, really. I mean, in reality, I mean, they don't. If Biden got reelected and Biden was like, I'm going to tear through all the expenses and we're going to go through the books, I'd be like, hey, man, I might not be the biggest Biden fan, but I like that move. Like, it's something that you would think
exactly
everybody would be able to get around, despite your political differences. But that's how dug in people are.
They've dug us in. They made us dig in so far that people can't see common sense measures as anything but through radical agenda eyes.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what's so radical. I mean, it's
not.
radical in terms of like, I can't believe this is actually happening finally, and the fact that Elon wants to put allegedly all the everything on the blockchain, all our expenses in a blockchain. That's tremendous. There's got to be transparency, and until there's transparency of the government, it's almost like what he did with X, where you have to let out all those Twitter files and go, this is what happened. It was terrible. I bought this company, had no idea what was going on, but here's everything. Let's start fresh. That's what needs to happen. So that's kind of the way I'm looking at this, and going, hey, the previous governments, all of them, Republican, Democrat, everybody's fucked up. They've all fucked up. So we're going to rip this Band-Aid off, and we're going to try our best to be transparent in the future and try not to be as careless with our ways. I don't think anything's wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong. It has to be demonized, for something. I don't necessarily believe what's going on is legit. I don't know what's behind it, but whatever. If Trump, you can't argue with if Trump's doing things that need to be done. Whatever, you can't argue with him. I mean, this is what needs to be done. A lot of these people need to get fired. Government's bloated, waste of money, bureaucracy times 1,000.
And a lot of them are the assumption that they're getting fired. It's like, you're not getting fired. You're being presented with an offer to resign, and if you choose to resign, you get 8 months severance. Now, that's not everybody, I get, but there's certain departments, they're not firing you. They're just telling you, hey, you still want to work here? Because if you want to work here, you got to work.
Yeah. You're probably going to have a new boss.
Yeah, you got to kind of, there's going to be some accountability.
And he's going to want to make sure you're working.
Yeah.
It's like common sense.
It seems like the weirdest thing.
So, a lot of, and I don't know how you can pull it off. Maybe I think all these people out of work, I don't know if that works either. If hundreds of thousands of government employees are suddenly unemployed, what does that do to the economy?
It does take a hit.
It's a very tricky situation.
It is. So you have to do it slowly on some level, which is hence the 8-month buyout, because you're going to have some folks that roll into it immediately. You're going to have some folks that get sick of stuff eventually. You're going to have more cuts that come down the line. So yeah, it is a balancing act. I mean, I get that, but I don't know, dude. Like, and furthermore, if they were spending, if they go, hey, look, there's some expenses here, and there's $8 billion, and guess what? We can't tell you what that's for, but it's for secret government stuff, and just one of those things. We can't tell you. I'd be like, all right, I get that too. Like, I would almost like, I'm accepting of some of that.
Some,
but not all. Not, pointless, not
the 35 trillion that we're in right now
and growing.
If secret government defense programs were all we had to worry about, we wouldn't be $35 trillion in debt.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah. I find it hard to believe that all these billionaires are going to save our nation with common sense. But
I don't know. They're billionaires for a reason.
Hey, and that's also, I mean, if you think if this was actually happening, JFK kind of situation might happen. For sure, right? Right?
You
you're
can
talking,
see
these are
it.
like
Sure.
the most powerful and wealthy people being threatened.
Yeah.
In D.C. and they don't usually cotton to that.
You know what'd be great though? Like, I know you're not a Bezos fan. You're like, F that guy.
I'm not a Bezos fan.
But what Bezos has, and this hasn't been like brought up, or I'm just thinking out loud, is he's really good at logistics, right? So imagine if all this stuff starts rolling out, right? And it's like, well, how do we efficiently do this? And then Bezos, because Musk, I mean, there's only so much time the guy has. Bezos steps up and goes, let me offer my services as far as logistics and getting things done correct. Now you've got this other billionaire. I mean, like, you can hate on billionaires all you want.
These billionaires are fucking...
But they're billionaires for a reason. Most of them.
They're shysters.
But they're also very good at what they've built. They're like, some of these people are so if we can take advantage of what they are very good at, and harness that power for good as opposed to what you think is evil, would it make you see Bezos any differently?
I don't believe he would do something for me. What's in it? What's it for me, man? What's in it for me?
I don't know. I'm saying,
Elon Musk. If Elon Musk is for real, then
now, if Bill Gates rolls up, I'm not trusting that dude.
If Elon Musk, he's just slightly off. He's slightly autistic, so he could be genuine because he doesn't really understand the concept of corruption. He's more good-hearted than the average person, maybe, because he's slightly on the spectrum, or he's a fraud. I don't know. We ain't going to Mars. That's all I know. We ain't fucking going to Mars. Let's get the fuck.
Hey, we can dream, can't we?
Let's
You got to have a dream.
See, that's why Elon Musk chose to go to Mars, because we can't even get to the moon. And so if he said, "I'm going to get
on the moon,"
and he said, Elon said, "We're going to the moon." People said, "Okay, how long?" Not right now. We're going to Mars in 2056, and people are like, "Yeah." Can't go to the moon in 2056. Moon's only 200,000 miles away. Let's get to it. We already been there. Let's go.
You're gonna fire up chat. They're all gonna get all mad at you again. Ned's Navy's gonna tell you how we did go to the moon and how dare you say
we've been on this moon kick for a while.
I know.
Yeah, Pat McAfee was talking about it, so we got on a moon kick.
What? Okay. So what is Pat McAfee say?
It was kind of, they were doing a pro USA thing, like an anniversary, I guess. Was it the anniversary or something, the moon landing, whatever? And you could tell it was kind of tongue in cheek at times, and they just go, USA, we beat the Russians. That's all that matters. We beat the Russians. And then there's the one guy, Boston somebody, he goes at the very end. He's like, they play the phone call of Richard Nixon, talking to Neil Armstrong on the moon, and he's like, we didn't go to the moon. I believe
so. Like what we did last week when we listened to the call, we're going, this is...
Yeah. He's like, I spent my whole life believing we went to the moon, and after that 5-minute conversation, we didn't go to the moon.
Oh, that's funny.
So I think it was all work. I think they already had it planned out. His role was to be the heel.
Yep.
And he was good. He was really good. So, but okay. Now the movie what was the movie? Interstellar.
Yeah.
They talk about, in the history books, the moon landing was faked for the U.S. to, beat Russia, and it was a good reason to fake it. So I think as it's just one of those things where the more
slow roll
out, and then when they say that we didn't go on the moon, everybody's like, yeah, we kind of knew it. We kind of knew it. They didn't go to the moon.
Yeah,
that's what it is. It'll happen, and nobody will care. I was like, if JFK, they come like, yeah, sometimes the CIA's got to kill the president. I don't know how you accept that one.
It all seems very suspicious.
Or maybe he could release the JFK files now because he can blame it on the CIA, and he's dismantling the CIA. Maybe that.
Boom.
telling
Now,
you.
when we say boom, we don't mean that
Boom like
like
a firecracker?
yeah, no, like a boom, like a
boom.
hey there, like a whoop, there it is kind of
Like a
boom,
whoop.
like a
It's more of a
hey,
whoop.
look at that, hey there it is, boom.
You meant to say whoop.
Yeah, whoop,
Whoop.
kablooey. No,
No.
no, more like a hey, look at that.
Wow.
Wow,
A wowzer. Like a wowzer.
Stumbled upon this pile of facts.
Yowza.
Kaboom. You
Big-
know,
a
that
holy,
kind of.
holy moly. A big holy moly deal is what we were trying to say.
No. Oh my God. Yeah, dude.
So yeah, interesting. See, at least it's interesting, and I've said it before. The other administration, 4 years of blah, everything was poopy pants. It was a poopy pants administration. There was no liveliness. It was sucked. Hey, we 2 weeks. We're moving and shaking here. We're having some fun. We're having some fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I
often
voted for.
popping.
I just voted for a change. Wow, I feel better already.
It's like having a DJ at a nightclub that's just playing nothing but progressive trance music, and it's just pumping forward.
Come on, man.
Nobody's at the bar. There's no slowing down. There's no slow song. There's no like, hey man, can we get a slow dance? It's just boop, 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 boop. It's just momentum, man. It's just going forward until the wheels fall off. I don't know.
Yeah, USA.
You see Mitch McConnell fell twice today? Sorry, I don't mean to laugh at that, but I
really?
kind of am. It's kind of fun.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, I
That
kind
guy's-
of. They said he's 82. Is that
It's
right?
ridiculous that he's still got.
But he's 82.
Yeah, and he's
How
supposed-
old's Trump?
He's almost 80. I don't know if he's 79. He might be. I think it'd be a big deal if he was 80. I think he's 79.
Boy, 3 years makes a world of a difference in those two. I mean, you put McConnell next to Trump, like it ain't even
Yeah.
close, bro. Like it's not even close. And yeah, and McConnell fell twice today apparently. And you know what happens after an 80-something-year-old falls? It's
Usually, if they usually break their hip, and then it's all.
it goes
over.
quick.
Trump is 78 years old. He'll be 79 June 14th. So that's a big difference.
And McConnell
We got a year. We got a year and almost a half till he turns 80.
is McConnell actually. Can you look up his age real quick? Because I apologize. I don't want to make you.
No, I think he's definitely 82.
Because when I heard that, I'm going. I didn't even know if that was real. Because McConnell seems.
82.
Oh my God, he seems like he's 130.
He's his birthday's February 20th.
Oh,
He's
coming up on the
almost
big 8-3.
83. Let me look at this shit. Look at this fucking turkey gobbling motherfucker, man.
He looks like a. He looks like something that you'd find. You know, like have like old like stuffed people like. Not like stuffed animals, but like caricatures at like a Cracker Barrel, like a souvenir, like a farmer. I don't know.
Stuffed? Wax figures?
No, his
Plush
cheeks.
toys?
Yeah, plush toy. He looks like his cheeks. He looks like a plush toy.
I'm not a plush toy, man.
An old plush toy.
Fucking old piece of shit. Fuck.
Yeah, I gotta tell
It's
you,
treasonous that he has 1 ounce of power.
he fell twice today, and he still has an ounce of power.
He's done.
I got
He's
no
done.
power, and I didn't fall at all
You
today.
fallen twice in one day, you're done.
You should get your powers immediately stripped. You're like, wait, okay, you fell once. I get it. Maybe you tripped.
Yeah.
Fallen twice.
I've fallen once in a day sometimes. Never twice.
Yeah, sometimes you're going for a walk, there's a crack in the sidewalk, you fall, you go, oh my God, I feel like such an idiot. Or sometimes you catch yourself and you go, oh, that was a close one. This guy fell twice in one day and he still has power. Power's got to be stripped.
I have a living will. If I fall twice in a day, they euthanize me.
Take you off.
Fuck this guy, man. Who votes for this guy?
That guy would
Who-
kick your ass in a
who
fight.
votes for this guy?
How would it
that
feel
guy?
to get that guy? How would it feel to get tapped out by that guy?
I think you need one finger push to him in the chest, and he's done. He falls back and he cracks his fucking liquid fucking brain skull.
What if he got a lucky shot in you, like a puncher's chance, right? What if he just landed one on you and he did knock you out?
Shit.
Like at that point,
Shit.
you've got to like it.
You gotta commit suicide.
Yeah, you can't do anything.
Mitch McConnell. You're the guy that Mitch McConnell knocked out. Your wife.
Yeah, you can't.
I'm not in the mood tonight. I don't really want to have sex with
Why,
a guy who.
why not, baby? We were having such a good time.
Yeah, Mitch McConnell knocked you out. That guy's 83.
Now, if you got knocked out by Trump, It's kind of like you could see it.
He's a big guy.
You can see
and
it.
he'd sucker punch you, and you're like, hey,
Yeah, yeah. Look over there, skyscraper.
bam.
Like something would have happened.
Most amazing knockout punch ever. All right, it's time to take a break.
Wow,
It's been just going on.
an hour already.
I mean, it's amazing.
An hour of
Freaking amazing.
stellar entertainment. If you thought the first hour was good,
You got me in a bad mood with this Mitch McConnell bullshit.
what? Because he would tap you out.
Mitch McConnell, the two guys that really pissed me off the most, like Chuck Schumer. I hate Chuck Schumer.
Yeah,
obviously.
he sucks ass.
But Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
who's voting for these two guys? I mean, Lindsey Graham's he makes $3 bills look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, it doesn't get much more than that. And in South Carolina, who keep voting for this dandy? Who keeps voting for this dandy guy in
See?
South Carolina? What's wrong with you fuckers in South Carolina?
Here's what's wrong.
Fuck's wrong with you?
Here's what's wrong. I don't know who ran against either one of them, but clearly
Oh,
the
my
problem
God.
isn't Mitch McConnell and it's not Lindsey Graham. It's whoever the dummies are that ran against him. The dummies suck that bad they couldn't call
But-
those two out on their bullshit.
But it's a thing. If you are a
A lifer,
what do you call it?
incumbent.
Incumbent. You ain't 80%. You ain't gonna lose. And and when you're an incumbent for like 30 years, people just gonna vote for Mitch McConnell. We got a country of art out people, man.
And I mean, let's
Country of art out people, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Lindsey Graham, I mean, obviously, I think we both are under the assumption or belief that he's not exactly a straight man.
Not exactly. Not exactly.
Nothing wrong
it's
with
a
it.
gray area. It's a gray area.
And I don't even care. But is he married in real life or is he single?
Oh, I bet he's married.
I
I'd like to know who that beard is. I'd like to know who that fucking beard is.
Will you be my beard? He didn't even ask her to marry.
It's a good gig.
Will you beard me?
Shouldn't have. What's this coming up? Where the hell's that coming from? Yeah.
I'll look up in the break if Lindsey.
Mother effing Grant. See if he's married.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll check out his
Mother
husband.
effer. All right.
Yeah.
When we go back, we're gonna do this big chat deal, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We
Huge chat
definitely,
deal?
Huge chat deal. We're going to scroll through everything. We really want to get to the bottom, what everybody's saying out there.
We're gonna bring the show to a halt. So make sure you put your good chat stuff there. They won't do it. It's a no-win situation, guys. Because you're like, no, they're gonna ignore it, and so you're not gonna do it. And if we come back, you'll ignore us. And then so next time we're like, well, we'll not do that again because they're gonna ignore. It's what do you call it? A catch-22 of a circle, a vicious circle.
Yes. Well, just so you know, Lindsey Graham, married or not married? What are you thinking?
Married.
You going married?
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking he was
He's got a
not married.
beard. He's got a beard, man.
I was under the assumption he was not married. That's my honest opinion.
Solid beard.
Graham has never been married and has no children.
Why? What is wrong with the
I'll
citizens of South Carolina, Matt?
What do you mean? Just because I'm a man of South Carolina and a certain ilk doesn't mean just because I haven't found the one and I don't have children, but I live in the deep South. It doesn't mean anything.
Mr. Graham, you currently have any ladies of interest that you might be wanting to tell us about?
I got a few. Now, the one, his name's Greg, but he dresses up like a sissy. So I call him Sissy Boy Greg.
He might as well do that.
That's just
And they
out
still
with it
vote
already.
for him. That's how you
It
know
doesn't matter.
it's
You
'cause
can
it's
be
fake.
Republican and gay. It's fine. Nobody cares.
The gayest Republican of all. He's got the title.
I mean,
Gayest Republican of all.
If you're under 50 years old, hell, 60 years old,
Yeah.
and you didn't know Lindsey Graham at all, and let's say he was getting interviewed by a news station, like a man was hit by a car. We found this passerby who commented on it, and Lindsey Graham was there commenting.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Yep, sure did. He got smashed by the car. Car went by. It's a real tragedy." Everybody, I think, would all look at each other in the room and go, "You don't say anything. You just look at each other and go, mm-hmm. And everybody would go, mm-hmm. Right?"
Well, Donna and I would look at each other and we would say, Go hardcore here, Matt. Oh, we must take a break
Yep.
from hanging. We're
That's right.
exhausted from
Oh.
hanging. Matt, how did we hang so long?
We hang so hard on the first hour.
Are
Oh
you
my
guys,
God.
You guys still in? You still
I'm
hanging?
sweating.
You
I
guys
was
hanging with us? You got the endurance to keep hanging with us?
There's no way they're gonna hang for a
I
second.
mean, we should just maybe just go straight to the OT. I mean, everybody's gassed, right? You guys gassed?
Second half?
You guys gassed? Should we do the second half? You guys gassed? You want to stay in the locker room? You fucking pussies. No, I didn't mean to say that. That was a slip of the tongue.
We'll chat when we come back.
All right, let me get my deal here. Oh, here, ironically, we're going to come back with this big chat fest. But ironically, I'm going to play a song glorifying the chat so we can come back and not glorify the chat. Perhaps. Or maybe we will. You never know. Hit it, Ned. There's people that are coming in and out. Coming in and out. I don't know who they are. I don't know how long they stay. I don't know why they come, why they go. It's a dirty game here on the internet. It's not for the faint of heart. I mean, I wish I had some cleavage I could pump up right now. Can you imagine me with cleavage? Fucking singing parody songs with cleavage in a low-cut flannel blouse. How many people would tune into that? I'll have to find out the rules. How close can you come to tweaking them? I think it's just subtle bending over, subtle brushing. Like you're grabbing something. Yeah. Let the money pour in. Parody songs and cleavage. That's the name of it. We cut to the chase. Parody songs and fucking cleavage. We're not pussyfooting around. Parody songs and cleavage. They, their pronouns appreciated. Oh fuck! Print that money, Ned's Navy, 100 bits. Print it. He wants it. Ned's Navy wants in. Print that money. Parody songs and cleavage. Zazer pronouns appreciated. Oh, print the money, bitch. You can't beat them, join them. Ned's Navy, 100 bits. Ned's Navy, 100 bits. For my prescription of painkillers, thank you. They're legally prescribed by a doctor. As is the medicinal. I got a lot of prescriptions, people. I forgot I was doing a chat deal. Get ready, that's the chat deal. It's a chat deal. Get ready, shit. Oh, god damn it, the hell. I'm almost there. Oh, god damn it. Come on, you can do it, Dad. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Neutral. Who's the biggest bunch of pricks? Dick lickers who cheer lots of bits. Chat. Damn right. Who is Mark? Who is marking out on Twitch while Medley's making you his bitch? Chat. Dick lickers. Who pulls their fat wallets out and then ignores them and then they pout? Chat. They say Ned's chat is a huge bunch of... I'm talking about chat. You're a big Nedley fan. You are a bunch of motherfucking heathens. Damn chat. Oh God, it's screwed. It's a panty dropper. It's a panty dropper, I'm telling you. When you play this and your gal walks in the room and says, "Oh, I love Shaft. Oh, I love Shaft," and you're like, "All right, I think it's game on." Ned's Navy, 100 minutes. Woo! I love Shaft. Oh, Shaft is my favorite. Oh, do you have any more Shaft? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I got more Shaft, honey. I feel like I'm smoking a cigarette after that. How about you? Whew. It was a good. The smoothness.
Oh man. Okay. It's a little smoother than it was.
Still got, you can still. I think it needs to. Are you gonna shave it? Like keep it like. See, like you got the you got the pattern. You can still see the pattern.
Ah, damn it! You can still see the pattern.
Yeah, I can see. I can still see the pattern.
You can still see the classic Costanza horseshoe pattern.
You're an attractive bald man, Matthew.
You know, I appreciate that. You're an attractive haired man, Mike.
Sweet.
You hairy bastard.
I was thinking of giving this up as being a hair model.
You could.
Yeah.
You could.
It's like just for men, you know.
That, or you could sit in a tub.
We should just play this, Matt, and then go.
Nobody will ever know.
just go hang out
with a limp noodle.
Holding hands with a limp noodle with my wife.
Popping a pill.
Looking over the Grand Canyon.
It's a solid episode.
I mean, well, you know, we might as well. Might as well listen to it twice. Grand Canyon.
Some say it's a best of.
I read last week.
Oops, what am I doing? All right, welcome back to the Hang. Time to take a deep dive into the chat.
Oh man,
a deep dive.
Hour 2. We're gonna hang so hard right now.
Oh,
it's gonna get crazy.
Cut down on drinking a little bit.
Oh, you know what? I did bring a different cocktail for us to try, too.
What is that?
I don't know. It's some sort of tequila-infused seltzer.
Tequila? What's going on? I got it wrong. Oh, Jesus criminy. There we go. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how that happens. No, I had the wrong. It was on not us.
If it's just on you, I'm perfectly okay
No, it
with
was
that.
on like nothing.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's another. It's good. We're good now. We're good.
All right.
We're all good. Welcome back to the Hang.
Yeah, it's tequila-infused seltzer. It's like a margarita or something. I thought it was BOGO. I was like, all right, go with that. See what happens. I was like, I'll bring one over to Mike's. See if we
try that. Try that for the OT.
Yeah, see if we settle in with this or not.
With the tequila.
All right, chat. What is happening in chat? Nothing. Nothing's happening.
Nez Navy says no Nirvana shirt gave it away because he studies my wardrobe meticulously.
I almost wore the same shirt I did last week.
We should do
and
that.
I was like, I felt like such a chick. I'm like, I can't wear the same, not the
same
shirt I did last week.
I did the same thing. Ned's Navy says lots of chicks drink that.
I know. But okay, Ned's Navy, in my defense, well, not my defense, I don't care. It's weird as a society what's happening. Like Dre and Snoop have a drink out called Gin and Juice. So it's like a gin and juice seltzer thing, right? But when I was in the store, the one next to this, now I got this because it was BOGO. So I was like, all right,
yeah,
whatever.
Got to get that BOGO.
The one next to it was not BOGO, but it was also a seltzer, a hard seltzer. And it was brought to you, it was a Death Row Records seltzer. And I'm looking at it, and there's 3 different flavors of Death Row Records seltzer. It was like grape and blueberry and pineapple. I'm going, like anybody, like any classic. I get that. I think Snoop owns the Death Row name now, so he's farming it out and pimping it out. But like, if you were a real gangster rapper, or like you'd
Are
be
you
rolling in
drinking
your grave, putting a Death Row seltzer out there.
Seltzer.
Death Row Records. It had the
Can you
electric
imagine?
chair. It had the logo. Like it's Death Row Records. Hard seltzer.
Hard.
This seltzer hard as fuck, dog.
It's better be like 50% alcohol.
Nah, man. We coming in at 5% strong, homie. Death Row Records, baby.
I don't understand the new world we live in.
It was-
And you would get clowned if you were drinking a Death Row seltzer. People go, what the fucking
Right. And then the one next to it has got it's Dre and Snoop's thing, and it's called Gin and Juice. And on the box, it's a 6'4" Impala with the gold spinners and everything like that. And I'm like, okay, the Gin and Juice thing makes sense. I get it. But like, man, like everybody just selling out. This is just like everybody's selling out. Like there's not even like Eazy-E's got to be rolling in his grave right now. He'd be like, okay, I got Old English. I don't know, like stick to the roots.
I think it's a different time where people used to look at you as a sellout.
Big time.
And now nobody even knows that such a thing as not being a sellout.
Yeah, I mean,
they don't even think of, you know.
It's fair. I mean, I can't escape Snoop. He's
It's
everywhere.
yeah,
It's ad nauseum at this
ad
point.
nauseum. And like Kevin Hart and Snoop are just like, stop. Stop.
And Shaq, I'll throw Shaq in there. But the seltzer, if I see with these rappers, hard seltzer, man, Death Row Record, it's just
Probably be huge success.
I didn't buy it based on principle, and it wasn't BOGO, but I digress. Chat.
Seltzer. Chad, what's
Hard
up?
seltzer.
Ned's Navy subscribed for 60 months. It's deep. It's deep.
Thank you, Blake Shelton.
Lynn Carr in the house. Lindsey Graham was waiting for Lawrence Welk to be available.
Why do I know the name Lawrence Welk,
Oh,
but I
like
don't know
seeing
who it
that
is?
crazy that you don't even know who it is.
I mean, I know the name.
It used to be. He used to be on the air. He was on the air for decades.
Yeah, okay.
And he was an old guy. I think he was like from the. I don't even know. It's like he wasn't American, I don't think. And he had this cheesy, old music dance television show that the old people watched for decades. You know, once you hit us like 65, you started watching Lawrence Welk. I don't know why it was a thing, and everybody knew that. When it was, kind of a running joke. Like you're old and you watch Lawrence Welk.
Okay.
And he would say, "I know one, and two, and three," and then he'd probably throw it to a musical act. It was god awful. The dancing like girls and guys dancing. It was just terrible TV. I should look up a fucking clip of Lawrence Welk on YouTube. So you learned what you missed out on, Matt. You missed out on all this shit. This is the stuff that I would, see in my childhood that my grandfather would watch or something.
Yeah, I go back, and I don't go back this far, but I remember, what was it? Who was the guy that just used to drink incessantly? Well, they all used to kind of get smashed.
Dean
on TV.
Martin?
Dean Martin.
This is his
I don't go
gimmick.
back that far,
This is
but
gimmick.
like I'm familiar with Dean Martin and that gimmick where he was just assaulting women and just boozing it up on air, like. And
Always had a cigarette.
yeah,
Always
dude,
had a
he was
cigarette.
burning heaters, drinking, and touching and groping chicks. Like it was the weirdest thing to go back and look at those things. But for some reason, I don't know. Now society, well, I don't want to say for some reason they frown on that now. It's legit why. But that guy was he ahead of his time, or was he just that good?
I forgot who you're talking about.
Dean Martin.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I'm too high. They loved him. Everybody loved, and have you probably saw the commercials for like the old, like you could buy like the old episodes of his show because that's before my time.
Life series.
Before my time, so they had like a CD, a DVD collection. He used to have his own TV show.
Buy all 100 seasons of Dean
Yeah, and he's
Martin.
just him, at the bar, they got this bar, and they're both sitting there, and he's doing the Dean Martin stuff, and it's terrible, but it's a great gimmick. He
is.
made a lot of money doing that. Here's Lawrence Welk.
I feel like this is now I know the name.
50 years on television.
It was the Saturday Night Live skit.
Oh, is this a Saturday Night Live skit?
At some point it was.
Okay.
The ensemble.
Oh, we don't want to see this
Television.
shit. I I want to see clips from the show. Here we go.
That's terrible. Accordions are the worst.
Your conscience must be charged.
It's this kind of shit.
Some mischief.
So wait, is he legit singing there?
This guy is, I think.
So that's not
Maybe.
lip syncing?
He might be. I don't know. Let's watch. I don't know if they knew what lip syncing was in the 70s.
I don't think this guy's singing.
To all the world I've been confiding.
This is it. This is the Lawrence Welk show right here.
I've confessed to the breeze I love.
Oh, Jesus.
So
People
like
watch
then
this
what?
shit.
Like that's it? They
And
just
then they'd
sing a
have some
song?
dancing girls, and then they'd have another song, and then they'd
So it's
have
like
a
an
musical number. It's a variety show of bullshit, of just terrible, god-awful
Like an OG
shit.
American Idol kind of thing?
No,
mixed with the voice?
like, there's no contest going on. This is just a couple people that work on the Lawrence Welk show fucking singing songs.
But were they on there every week? Or was it just strangers that came in there and they're like,
Sometimes
I'll
it-
sing a song?
I think it was like the main... This guy was hired to sing at Lawrence Welk. This
Man.
is a nobody.
I think his family would disagree with that, Mike.
He thought that was the pinnacle of his career.
He's a-
He's a fucking nobody on the fucking Lawrence Welk show.
Yeah, Lawrence Welk did he have any, like this guy to me so far seems like the one with the talent. Like Lawrence Welk didn't do anything. He was just introducing them and going 1 and a 2 and a 3.
And now John Schmo and Ellie Mae will sing about that. That was it.
So that guy's the real guy with the talent. Lawrence Welk actually had no discernible talent at all.
I don't ever remember him doing anything but being a host.
So Lawrence Welk sucked. It wasn't this guy that sucked.
No, he sucked too. They all sucked. I mean,
Oh.
it's a big suck fest. It's a big suck.
That's fair.
We didn't know better. Terrestrial Mac subscribed for 43 months. Thank you, Terrestrial Mac. Trying to see if the chat's got anything to say. Technically, Mike reads a chat, so does that count? I think I've read at least 2 or 3. I'm telling you. It'd be cool if it was malt liquor, not so much as seltzer. But see, Dion's Bathtub, that would be true to the brand. If they came out with a malt liquor, you could say, well, they're kind of selling out, but at least they're staying true to the brand.
Yeah, you could be like, oh, Death Row Records, malt liquor. Okay, it's a malt beverage. Like, but the fact that they put hard seltzer on there on the box,
Yeah.
I was like, ew, why'd you do that?
But they wouldn't sell any malt liquor because nobody's drinking malt liquor.
Yeah, malt
anymore.
liquor's on the
It's
outs.
on the outs. No, alcohol's on the outs. Seltzers are more than beer.
I can't find an Old English 800 anywhere if I wanted to, which I would love to.
Yeah, they probably. Do you mean any? You just can't find it.
It's
Wow, isn't that crazy?
It's on the
no,
out.
because the only people are buying Old English are homeless guys, and that's it.
Yeah, and on top, I mean, you know,
Wow.
think about it this way: it's taking up shelf space, right? So you're taking up shelf space
From the
on
seltzer,
something
from the seltzer.
From the seltzer. You're exactly right. Like go into a
The
beer,
fucking seltzer.
go into a beer cave or convenience store. You barely find any good bottom shelf stuff, like old school bottom shelf stuff. Now on the bottom shelf, it's Smirnoff Ice, a big quart of Smirnoff Ice. That's and you might find like a St. Ides.
Is that what's Smirnoff Ice? That's like a
It's like a
malt beverage, isn't it?
yeah, it's like a lemon
cocktail?
drop and it's like a yes, it's bitch ass. Okay, like
yeah.
that's what it is. Even the bottom shelf at convenience stores are it's bitch ass. You can't like find like you can maybe find like occasionally a Colt 45 or something like that. Is that what I'm thinking of? It's a Colt 45.
Malt liquor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
What
I
was the
haven't
other
seen
one?
Old English in a
The
minute.
Schlitz malt liquor bowl.
Schlitz.
You ever see those guys?
Yeah, don't mess with the bull.
Don't mess with the bowl. The Schlitz malt liquor bowl.
Now it's it's all craft beers and seltzers and all that. Except Bud Light's making a comeback, so
That lasted.
Don't really
that
care.
lasted about 6 months. People just don't care that much. They don't care. It's not like it was a great reason to boycott. Not like I could see why you're like, yeah, but it's like nothing that's gonna make you, if somebody hands you a Bud Light, that you're gonna throw it across the room. You're just gonna, all right, thanks for the Bud Light.
How dare you? Yeah, if you go into a beer cave now, like it used to, the Modelo, obviously, it's like taking over the shelf space on that. Like the Bud Light was down to like a single little tiny row. And now you see it expanding a little more. You see it.
Yeah, it's,
you know.
I mean, once Shane Gillis started doing ads for him, they were back.
And Post Malone. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a good combo.
plus that Dylan Mulvaney's gone, so nobody gives a shit. When's the last time you saw that guy?
I thought there was an article about him or a video like a couple months ago, and he was back to being a dude.
Of course,
I don't know,
because it was the biggest fake job.
I could be wrong. I thought there was some sort of like
Yeah, no, I believe that because
shift.
that's the only thing that angered me about that was that Bud Light was glorifying somebody who was faking it. And it should have been a slap in the face to any legitimate trans person, right?
Yeah,
This guy's totally just, he was somebody who wanted to be famous. And they, come on, you got the vice president saying, congratulations on your big fake job. No, fuck that shit. That pissed me off.
Remember, hold on, and then remember the marketing lady who got fired? Like as soon as that thing blew up, she got ousted real quick.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to look and see what she's doing now.
Yeah.
I wonder if she got a nice buyout, a nice severance, or if she's working at some other company. And I wonder if she's towing the line. You know what I mean? I wonder, because in reality, if you look at all that stuff, the Dylan Mulvaney Bud Light thing is what exploded it all.
Yeah.
It kind of is. It was the catalyst. It was like, whoa, now you've gone too far. Now it's become a thing. And it did. It became a thing. And it became a thing going back to that one woman in the marketing department.
And who did what she was probably told to do.
Probably. But I
told to do.
wonder what she's up to now.
Maybe, yeah. What if they effed her?
Slide in her DMs. Sup, girl?
She took all the heat.
She took heat, dude.
All the heat.
That was a lot of heat.
A lot of heat.
A lot of heat from testosterone-filled beer-drinking males. Good old American
Like Kid
males.
Rock. Kid Rock with his
I'm gonna shoot it.
AR-15. Pew, 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 pew. Fuck you, Bud Light. What a yahoo.
Look at me, I'm white trash. Show I'm such white trash. I'm gonna build a mansion that looks just like the White House. Yeah, but I'm still gonna wear a wife beater, but I'm gonna live in luxury. But don't worry about that, I promise. I'm still white trash.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Don't question my motives at all.
But I kind of think he is white trash.
Maybe he is, I don't know.
Wasn't he raised rich? I mean, didn't his parents have money or some kind of shit?
I don't know.
Went to a private school. all these guys go to private schools. These hardcore guys.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with
It's tough. Oof, the dirty game at the private school.
Nowadays, private schools might be just as bad as the public schools.
I found out when Trace went to a private school that people send the kids that get kicked out of all the public schools and every other school. They get sent to private school.
It's they should call them private school. It's welcome to the last resort.
Yeah, and they're like, we'll take your money.
Dude.
And we'll let your kid do whatever he wants. Just keep giving those checks.
You ain't kidding. It's like $25,000 a year. It's outrageous.
Unfortunately, that was many years ago, but I can't even. Wish I had that money back.
Like around here,
waste of fucking time.
There's a school called Berkeley Prep.
Oh yeah, been around since I was young.
Long time. But I think I could be wrong. It's something around the range of between 32 and $40,000 a year to send your kid to Berkeley Prep.
You're making too much money.
To the point where there's parents that live up this way that will drive all the way down there to Berkeley Prep and drop their kid off. An hour drive from every day and pay them $40,000 a year.
It's crazy.
I can't wrap my head around it, dude.
I mean, so I don't really know how the public education system is in high school.
Shitty.
Yeah, I'm sure it is shitty. So if you want your kid, if your kid is super exceptional, and you want him to go, to the top university so he can be a brain surgeon, then private school might be your best option.
Providing your kid makes it through all the
the college requirements to become a brain surgeon. At some point, you're going to have some drop off if kids go, I ain't doing that.
Oh yeah, tons of well, there's tons of kids.
I don't want to be a brain surgeon. This seems like a lot of work. Like, but yes, I hear you. There's certain things, yes. And private schools, their whole sales pitch is they make it easier. That's their whole pitch is going, well, we're very connected. 93% of our students who graduate from here are guaranteed entry to college. Like they, and they might very well have connections. They might. I don't know.
And you know what it is? Because I found in this as I go into life that everything is fucking bought and paid for.
Yeah.
The there's probably something where the private school donates to the foundation at Yale, and they've got
Booster Club, please.
And they've got an inn at Yale, and if your kid goes to this school, he's going to get in. It's everything is like I said.
If we went to a very prestigious Berkeley Prep School, you may be familiar with it.
Yes.
And they go, yes, we're very familiar with Berkeley Prep. Yes, well, he was a 4.0 student at Berkeley Prep.
No,
Cycle goes on.
You haven't seen the GPAs now? They're like 7.2.
Oh yeah, it is crazy.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, I thought 4.0. I thought that was it.
No, pshaw.
And then I saw at my son's graduation, it was like the valedictorian had like a 6.5 or something. I go, what? I was like, what? How's that a thing? That's a thing? You can just do that?
I had a 6.5. Like a 2.7.
I needed a 2.5 to play tennis in high school. That was it. You just needed the minimum. That's all I was looking for. Just want to be able to play tennis. And even that didn't happen sometimes. And it's like, they're like, you're telling me, Lloyd, you can't get to a 2.5? I'm going, I don't know, man. I don't tell you.
Rough.
I'm not really enjoying this school experience.
Not interested in anything they're saying, man. Sorry.
I'm trying.
Interested.
Not my thing right now.
I was a good student until about 10th grade, and then I hit 11th grade, and I was taking chemistry and shit. And I was like, I don't like this at all. I don't want to do this anymore. This blows.
And chemistry for what? Let's be serious. Can we fast forward a little bit? Like, chemistry for what? Why is that even like? What are we doing? If you say, hey, do you feel like you're gonna ever in your life want to do anything with chemistry in the future? Because if so, this is the class for you.
You gotta be a scientist.
Yeah. If you're not interested in science or being a chemist or anything like that, let's find you another class. Don't make it some prerequisite of like, no. You have to know how this mixes with this and what atoms. Like, why?
It's our education is so foolhardy, and we should take kids. Probably, I would say you start getting around the 7th grade level, 6th or 7th grade, and test them, talk to them, go to the, and see what their aptitudes are. And you got these kids that aren't interested in learning about Shakespeare and the Pythagorean theorem, but they really love twisting a wrench and working on a motor. And then you send them there.
Yeah, you lean into that.
And then by the time they're 18 or 20, they're working full time, making a good living. And that's what they want to be doing. But everybody's got to go to college. Everybody. Or you're a moron. You're a low-class piece of shit.
What college did you attend? Do you have your MBA?
It's a bunch of...
You have your bachelor, your associates? And then they would look down at you. Oh, you only have your AA?
Went to community college.
13th grade.
Stupid. So yeah, get rid of the Department of Education hasn't figured that out since Jimmy Carter invented it in 1976 or whatever.
So they're doing away with that, right?
What?
The Department of Education?
The biggest boondoggle ever.
That's next on the list.
Yeah.
Doge, coming for you.
Why would if you look at the Department of Education's budget, it's unfathomable how bloated it is. And then, every state, I pay property taxes for the schools and everything. I think the states can handle it themselves, and we can save the taxpayers from the billions and billions that this. And you know how bloated that agency is, how many fake jobs there are in that fucking thing. God.
Yeah. Man, speaking of bloated, not to change subjects, but I was like, I looked up activated charcoal for some reason. I got hit with it on my my algorithm, and I was like watching somebody's reel or something like that about activated charcoal, and I was like, huh.
What is activated charcoal?
I don't really know, but I went and bought some. So I've been taking activated charcoal.
It's something you take.
Yeah, it's like a pill, like, you know. And so I guess it'll like decrease bloating and like gas and hangover, and it's used for like poison control, like,
Yeah,
you know, that kind of thing,
yeah.
right? So I'm going,
Can't hurt.
yeah, like,
Can't
all right,
hurt.
these all sound like great things. It helps with liver and kidney function or something like that. So I'm like, I saw it in the store. I'm going, all right, I'll pick up some activated charcoal. So I was popping a couple every day, doing my thing. And then about the 5th day, I was like, man, my poop is black. Like, wonder why that is. And I didn't equate the two at all for like the first 3 days. It took until like day 4 or 5 where I was like, oh, okay. Because I was like, what am I eating? Like, okay, I had a steak, but like, why is it black?
Oh,
I
I'm
mean, it's-
eating charcoal.
it took me days to even equate the two. That's how in tune with my body I am. Like I have, you know. But yeah,
Did you stop taking it? Or
No, at that point
Okay.
I thought it was fun. I was like, oh,
you still got black stools?
I was like, yeah, man, let's crank up this black stool. So
But now you won't know if like you would have had black stools and it would have been a warning flag.
well, that's the thing. So then I looked it up again, and they're like, don't consistently take activated charcoal if you don't need it. Like, it's used to assist with, you know, poisonings,
Detox.
and detox, you know, that. So I'm like, huh. All right, well, let me stop. So I stopped a couple days ago.
You could get
Had a
your
movement
you
this
had
morning.
withdrawal.
Very light brown.
Oh, you're happy to see that. You celebrate.
No, I'm going back in the activated charcoal. I
liked
thought
it?
it was kind of cool.
Kinda cool?
Yeah, it was it was a refreshing look.
It gives you a sense of confidence, a sense of superiority. Yeah, my stool's solid black. Bet yours isn't. Let's see you produce this stool. Nobody can produce stool like I do.
Dude, I mean black. Like
Yeah.
dark as night.
That'd be disturbing. If you didn't make the connection, I'd think you're like, oh, I'm shitting cancer.
I didn't know what it was.
Shitting cancer.
I didn't think that. I was just thinking, did I just so I've been using spices or like what's happening here? Yeah, activated charcoal. I also saw remdesivir.
Remdesivir, I think, is bad for you.
It was on the vitamin aisle, and I thought remdesivir was
I thought it was like a
COVID thing. I thought it was like
yeah,
a
it was
used.
yeah, I thought it was too.
Hold on, let me make sure because I took a picture of it because I was like, oh no, I'm sorry, resveratrol.
I don't know what resveratrol is.
I'd be a terrible doctor.
Resveratrol.
Sorry, I meant to give you the remdesivir. I got accidentally give you
Resveratrol.
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 I thought resveratrol was used in COVID too. I don't know. Maybe
I don't know. I've never heard of resveratrol.
There's a lot of vitamins out on that aisle. I'll tell you that much.
Oh,
A lot of vitamins.
what's in those things? I bet if you tested them, there ain't jack shit in those things.
Who's gonna?
Who's
would
testing
know?
them? Nobody. Nobody's testing these vitamins.
What do you? FDA? You can't trust You can't trust them, right?
Yeah, I think there's products that, like Donna makes this stuff. It's called kefir. It's supposed to be really good for your intestinal and your gut because with the right bacteria. And she, I make protein shakes with it. And she's done it for years.
Is that like a butter mixture?
It's
like the kefir butter, right, or something?
I don't know. Donna she had to go to some lady's house and get kefir grains.
Okay.
And then you put milk in them and you let them sit in the cabinet and they become whatever this kefir shit is.
Mm-hmm.
And then she does strains them out. It's a process. And they have products now where you can, drink kefir, buy things.
Is this
at the
FDA
store.
approved, Mike?
Yes, it is FDA. No, not what we do. Not what Donna does.
You're moonshining with probiotics.
Yeah, Madonna's moonshine with probiotics. And they took these products that they sold at the stores and they tested them and they said, well, there's really no kefir in them. No detectable kefir. See, it's all, everything's bullshit.
Well, that's that thing is, and furthermore, you take a pill or something, and your body, like basically before it even gets to your system, like 40% of the actual nutrients are sucked out of it completely before it even makes it to. Again, not a doctor here.
Brent Hatley in it.
40% of
40% of the nutrients are sucked out of it.
Yeah, like you're barely getting by the time it gets to where it needs to go. Bottom line is like there's not a lot of the actual vitamin getting to where it's supposed to go. It's been depleted or compounded out or whatever the hell. I don't know.
Vitamins, please. Vitamins. How come
We here at the Vitamin Schmeideman Company would like
Vitamin
to...
Schmeideman? That's a great company. I like that. The FDA, how many years is the FDA going to put on the label of all vitamins? Oh, this product has not been tested, and we can't verify whether it's good or not. Well, what do you do for a living, the FDA? What do you do? Why don't you test these vitamins and see if they're good for people?
No, you're looking at it wrong.
What the fuck are you talking about?
No, you're looking at it wrong. I think that, if they're not willing to pay for FDA studies, the FDA is not going to clear it, then they have to put that on there. It's not the FDA going, hey, they have to do that, I think.
But why wouldn't the FDA test it? What's the purpose of your agency is to make Americans healthy, and if there's a product out there sold by the millions all over the country, wouldn't you want to test it and make sure whether it was healthy or harmful for the United States citizens?
But wait, but
Fuck
if you
yeah, you would.
But if you fail the test,
Yeah.
but you still want to sell it, you can still sell it, but you just can't say it's FDA
But you
approved.
might, if you fail the test, you might have to put a label on that says the FDA has determined that this product is harmful to your health.
But that's what I'm saying. But also at the same time, some companies can't afford to get tested, go through all the lab tests and all that stuff.
Guarantee you there's a giant company.
Big Vitamin?
If the people who make vitamins, I guarantee you there's a giant vitamin company that could afford whatever test the FDA had.
All right, let me give you
guarantee
a high thought, right? High thought. Any vitamin out there, I probably think of a couple but I'm just thinking here. I don't know where they come from. Like
Nobody
vitamin
knows.
C.
Nobody knows.
All right, vitamin C, I'm taking it's a chewable, it's a big old thing, and it tastes like orange. You go, vitamin C. And
sour.
Tastes just like an orange, which I guess vitamin C is, right? Like you
Allegedly,
equate to that.
Citrus, yeah.
But how are they doing it? Like this is going to it's such a dumb high thought, I know. But same thing with activated charcoal. What are they, I don't even know where the activated charcoal came from that I'm taking. I'm just trusting in this thing that's charcoal, and they're saying it's activated. I have no idea what that means.
Nobody knows.
B12.
Where do you get it?
And how are they? How?
How do they extract it?
Yes.
You get it? Extract
how do they
it.
extract it? Like what?
It's like they just get a bunch of whatever.
And whatever's on the shelf, we go, it's methylated. I'll take that. Like, okay, methylated B12. I'm in.
Sounds
and
good.
you just trust the process. But we don't know the process.
And then if you take them big ass multivitamins, you poop them all out anyway. They don't even dissolve in time to fucking do anything for you. The whole industry is a total sham.
That, or if you think about even going to like a men's multivitamin, right? And you look at the back, and it's like, oh my God, this has got 100% of all of this stuff, and it's all packed into this one tiny pill. Then if I were to buy a separate bottle of this, and this is saying it's 100% of your daily allowance, how is all my 100%? This is redneck math.
Yeah.
How's all my 100% getting shoved into this same pill that's smaller and tinier? Doesn't make any.
I don't know. Sometimes those multivitamins are pretty big. You take one of those big? I almost kill myself. Sometimes I can't take
big horse pills.
Big horse pills. I'm like, oh, it's in my throat, Donna. I can't. It won't go down. It won't go down. It's sideways in my throat.
Are you getting the Centrum Silver now? You're on the silver. You got to get on that silver.
No, I'm
kick.
on Centrum Platinum right now.
But you got the thin skin. You just pinch it.
Oh, my skin.
You don't.
My animals
get thin skin.
My animals get me, and I look like I've been attacked by a bear. I got one cat, and he bites me, and it looks like, oh my God.
That's the best. You see an old man, and like all of a sudden, like it just like you see him yesterday, and then today he's got this giant bruise, and you're like, what did you do? He's like, went outside for a walk. You're like, how did that happen?
He's like, it happens.
Bumped into a twig.
Yeah, I bumped into a twig.
I got a giant blister. Got a bruise.
Now my arm is broken. He's in a sling.
It's like little kids. You'll. I don't know if never, but very rarely see a person under the age of 14 with a torn ACL.
Yeah.
That thing just like rubber, man. It's like that's man to be young and you can fall down, you can do whatever, and not hurt yourself. And then the older you get, by the time you get in your 70s, and you better not fall 3 feet to the ground, or you're gonna break your hip,
bro.
Shatter.
Getting old blows.
It does blow. I'm telling you.
My birthday's this week, and I got
52 is what I heard. 52 years old. Congratulations, Matthew.
74, Mike. 74.
What are you, 43? 44. Right? No? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Thought we were like 40. How old are you going to be? You're not going to be 43 or 44?
No, I'll be 46.
What?
Yeah, man.
46.
Yeah. To the point where I forget my age.
Thought we were like 20 years apart, but you were less than 20 years apart.
Dude, I don't know how old you are. I couldn't tell you.
71. We'll just keep this game going.
We hang out all the time, but we know nothing about each other at all.
Man, we prefer to keep it that way.
It's so weird. It's so weird. It's the whole thing. Like when we look at, I go through pictures and I try to find pictures of us. It's like I've known you for 20 something years, but I got maybe 4 pictures with you. It's so weird. Yeah. So, but
I know that's why we got the same stupid ass promotion picture.
Like there's cell phones, we got cameras and everything. Like we just don't even have
We should take some kind of over the top photo. Like just either we should be trying to be badasses or like something like or not.
I can't bring myself to do it. It's so
we got to do some. We need some kind of.
Let's take another
better
picture.
than what
Just
we got.
another picture.
Sit out. Get on the horses, like both of them. But I'll grab you around the waist, and you be on Mama the horse.
Mama the horse.
Oh man, we've been dealing with Mingo the last couple of weeks. She keeps busting out. She's a
Mingo. What are you, a slave owner? Like what the?
Not Mandingo. Mingo.
You have Blackie the cat. You've got like what's going on around?
Blackie Joe.
Are you running some sort of is there an underground railroad leading out of here that I don't know about?
Better not be that I don't know about.
Ned After Dark is just it's like a Django Unchained thing. What's happening?
Blackie Joe. We inherited Blackie Joe. That was his name.
Let's go through your animals' names and let's see if they sound a little. I don't
think they will.
Okay, Blackie Joe. Sure, the old African American prize fighter cat. Okay, what else you got?
Love Blackie Joe. We have Gizmo. That's not racial at all.
No.
See, we have the dogs. Bendy.
Bendy, come on now.
Rooney.
Is that its government name?
I wish I had some racial names to throw out there for you. Mama is Mama. Mama the horse. Is that
Mingo particularly stood out to me.
Come here, Mingo.
What about your previous pets?
I don't think there was. I'd like to help you out on this one. I'm trying to think of any racial names. Badger, maybe Hisser, Nixon, Baby. No.
Hisser. Somebody. I mean, I know what a hiss is.
But Mingo, she break down the top board. And then
Hisser, somebody named it and they had a speech impediment. That's all that was.
Hisser.
They didn't mean that.
He was a good cat. He wasn't a hisser, really. Stupid name stick.
Bro, I had a cat, my old cat that I took in. For some reason, we took it for a car ride occasionally, and the thing would just open its mouth and just go, like, like
And make a sound, or
Yes, make a sound, and the mouth would stay open the whole time.
must be a rush for a dog. You know, dog's life's pretty boring.
No, it was a cat.
Oh, cat.
A cat, and I think that cat. I think it was terrified. I was like, I can't bring this cat for any car rides anymore. That
But
to
he
me,
willingly put his head out the window.
No, he was just in the passenger seat,
Oh,
back
okay.
seat. If he was in the car, the mouth would be opening. Go,
Yeah, he
like,
didn't like the car.
is that a
why
cat
would you
thing?
take your, I've never. The only time I ever
Are we
take,
talking about pussy again? Are we doing another
talking
episode?
about pussy? Boy, the cash checks would be cashed, and if we just kept up talking about pussy. Cats don't like car rides. The only time I've ever taken a cat for a ride is to the vet to put it down. Usually,
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah.
they're not like dogs. I get take a couple dogs for car rides that like to stick their heads out the window.
That's true.
But
We saw, we were walking a couple weeks ago, and there was a dog in a car that rolled by, but the dog was like on the driver's side, and the head was out the window, but it looked like the dog was driving the car.
yeah,
And I was like, I was like, okay, this is how I'm becoming an old man, because I was like, oh, that's cute. That's cute.
that's cute.
Look at, you see the dog with his head out the window? Look how cute that is.
Look at the cloud. It looks like a poodle. I had like 3 things written down. I've lost. I can't even keep.
We didn't even get to plane crashes.
Grammys. Like, how about Beyonce having the country best country album?
I saw it coming. I saw it coming. You know, they announced the contestants, whatever they're called,
Nominees.
Nominees. And I was like, okay, I want Chris Stapleton to win it. I think Chris Stapleton should win it, but I know Beyonce's gonna win it. It's like that. The Grammys have become that. Like, you know, this person deserves it, but you also know that that person's gonna win it in every category.
It's like everything else. It's all like society's rigged. What is it with nepotism and blowjobs, man? It's like that.
Yes, the boat name. Yes, I've got it written down.
Nepotism and blowjobs. Who else won? Okay, so like Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
I think he won Song of the Year.
Okay.
And he's performing at halftime at the Super Bowl. And I guarantee you that 90%, or okay, let's say like 70% of the people who watch the Super Bowl, so more of an upper demographic, maybe it's a family type thing, don't know who the fuck Kendrick Lamar is.
Yep.
So what better way to familiarize with Kendrick Lamar? He won the Song of the Year, even a 30 or 40. So let's see what this Song of the Year is. You know, and now that's all it is, man. It's all a bunch of bullshit. That's why I didn't watch it this year. I was just too sad. I was too sad to watch it. At what we've become.
You missed the action
I
pack.
probably did. Probably missed
Jaden Smith with his house on his head, whatever the hell that. I don't even know if that was making a statement. Like what? Like was there some sort of deep meaning behind Will Smith's kid wearing literally a house on his head?
I don't know.
I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, other than just look at me, I don't know what it was about.
And then there's the Doechii who won best.
I never heard of her before, and I
rap
was like,
album.
she's from like Tampa, and I've never heard of her.
You are just like everybody else. And I mean that, no disrespect. I mean that like, yeah, I'd never heard of her either. But when they played her clip, I was like going, okay, I could vibe with that. Like,
what was it? What you went Artist of the Year or Album of the? No, wait.
Rap album of the year,
okay,
something like that. But either way, whatever it was, right? It's always funny how, and then she gave a shout out to Tampa, and the next day, all the headlines locally in the news was like, oh, Grammy Award winner Doechii, who coincidentally went to Blake High School, and blah, blah, blah. And now everybody's proud of her, right? It's like the public school system, schools, universities, they fucking throw you away. They don't remember you. They don't give a shit. They move on. Then all of a sudden you accomplish something, and then they want to take credit and go,
Yep, that's right. That's our pride and joy. Yep, she was in the theater department. If you,
That's right. That's
you
where
may not remember this, but back 20 years ago, this young lady was in our theater department. She was such a great. I remember her. I remember her because she was so nice and friendly. And if you're out there, I'd really love to see you and connect with you again because it's been a while. Like they all want to come back.
Hop on that train.
Hop on the
that
train. But the interim between that time where you leave high school and don't do anything, they don't give a fuck. They don't. And even when you do, like, it's so everything's so fleeting. It's all, but yeah, the whole thing of like, oh, well, she went to Tampa. She went to high school in Tampa and she's a Grammy Award winner. Like, what is that? What does it even matter?
What does it mean for Blake High School? They taught her how to rhyme, man.
Like,
taught her how to
like,
rhyme.
Just because she went to your public school,
Nurtured her.
How does that, like, is this depressing people? Is this a thing?
If she'd gone to Robinson, she wouldn't have been shit. I'm telling you right now.
It's so weird, though.
What's her name? Doechii? I find it weird that I haven't heard a lick about her, and she won Rap Album of the Year.
Nah, neither.
Doechii.
This is a sign of the times, dude. I don't know.
Anything else at the Grammys?
There was who's Sabrina Carpenter?
Did she win anything?
Yeah, I think she won some stuff. She looked pretty hot, I think. Other than that, I didn't really pay much attention to it.
I think I don't know who writes the songs for these young ladies, but like in Sabrina Carpenter's in Nedcam, the line. Hang on, I gotta remember it. I gotta fucking remember it. Come right on me. I mean camaraderie. That's a good line. That's a good line. Come right on me. I mean camaraderie. That's a good line. I appreciate a good line.
Then I guarantee she didn't write it herself.
I know she probably didn't write it herself. I wonder if any of these girls write any of their songs at all.
I always find it fascinating when you find out who did write it, like that Ryan Tedder guy from One Republic or whatever. How you find out he writes all these hits, and then you find out like Mike Posner, who I actually like Mike Posner a lot, but he's written a lot of hits for people. The chick from Four Non Blondes. She writes hits for people. Like there's
Jessie J, the songwriter. There's tons of them out there that write all these hit songs.
Yeah, and
in country music, like I at first I heard about it in country music, all these artists will always be talking about, and I got this song from this guy, and I got this song. It's like you ain't writing none of your shit. You're just just a performer.
You're just a body, dude.
That's interesting. You're just a performer.
Isn't it weird how you're just a vessel, but like you get all
the
adoration.
I'm sure there's some people who write everything themselves.
Like Taylor Swift.
I have no idea.
You think? I
have no idea. I doubt it. Why would she's probably got the best songwriters in the world. She can.
I think she's got some help. But I think at least her ideas and her concepts might be hers.
You falling for that? You falling for it? You falling for Elda?
Look, I want to believe in the Swifties. I want to believe.
Oh my God.
Let me believe. Hey, she was a fan of Ned. You should be.
She was not.
She was a fan of Ned.
Sure, she was.
She loved your parody,
and she should have reached out and offered me an opening act status.
Well, at that point, she was like 15.
That's just what Ned needed at 15.
Think about that. That's how long she's been around, right? Because she's like 30-something, but like...
Yeah, she's been around for a long time.
Like your parody was introduced to her when she was a new breaking artist, and she laughed and loved it. And that,
If I hadn't been squashed so badly under the thumb...
You'd be writing side by side with T-Swizz.
Sometimes I think, it's like, how many, people who might have been interested in doing something with me was completely squashed, because I never heard. Nobody knew how to get a hold of me. Zero people knew how to get a hold of me.
They still don't. You're not exactly on like LinkedIn. Like you're not putting yourself out there.
I should probably put myself out there.
Yeah, you got to get one of those chin poses and be like, oh, parody extraordinaire, talent, on air, commercials, marketing.
If you think of our resume, it's like it's pretty fucking good resume. And
It's
it was
fu-
like the fucking phenomenal resume, right?
Oh, dude, my resume it's hilarious because I can't put like half the things on there, and secondly, I always forget about stuff.
Why can't you put half it?
It's not appropriate for like. There's things that truthfully, like you could polish up, but if they dig into it, they go, "Oh, that's not good." Like it doesn't. It ends up not being good or working in your favor.
What were you doing, Matt?
You know exactly what I was doing.
What kind of horrible things were you doing? Can't even be spoken of.
A lot of stuff. But I mean, for real, like there. But then sometimes I'll think back and go, oh, I completely forgot about this, or I forgot about that, or this that happened, or like in it's like if you were to really truly look at a resume, you look at it and go, this doesn't even look real. Like, is this actually is all this real? And you'd be like, yep, all of it's legit. It's all real. It checks out. But it seems ridiculous. It would be, that would be your resume too. It doesn't make any sense. It's real.
What do you mean it doesn't make any sense?
Some of the stuff that you've been involved with, or like you could put
I'm not going to put like, my boss was sued or this. I'm just going to put all the great things, all the great accomplishments. It's a resume.
Yeah, but then they dig deeper and they go, oh, this was part of that. And then this, dots start getting connected. Yeah, tainted.
Tainted.
That's the best word for it.
Stank on us. We
Get
got that stank on
that
us.
stank, get that scarlet letter, that scarlet bee.
It's like liquid ass. With a liquid clism on us.
Yeah.
Reeking to high heaven.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
Can't escape it. All right, we're gonna come back with the Hang OT. Thanks for listening. Thanks for the hype train. And
Oh
sorry. Oh yeah.
Make sure to download us or subscribe or comment or do whatever it is that people do when they do a podcast thing and you get it.
Yeah,
You
do that.
download
Do
it.
all that stuff.
Do the stuff.
We need you to do that stuff.
There was somebody that put a comment on the latest YouTube show. That was fun because they were like, "Hey, this is my first time hearing you guys. You two were funny, digging the show." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I gave it a thumbs up thing because that's what I do. But yeah, if anybody out there, pass it along to a friend.
I usually reply, to people who, if they comment on YouTube, or we like, it's nice to hear feedback, positive feedback, or anything.
I mean, we are in the top, what is it, percentile of all podcasts?
I think we're top 10.
Was it?
I know we're at least top 10.
Yeah, so we're in the top 10% of all podcasts. The top 10 percentile.
Downloads in the tens of thousands.
Yeah. But I don't know what goes from there. So help us out.
We're making so much money off this podcast. You fucking don't even know.
Oh, dude, we're going to own a boat that says nepotism and blowjobs right on the back.
Nepotism and blowjobs. All right, thanks for tuning in. See you on Cluster F tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock.